The excitement continues in Olympic competition, particularly in women's fencing, where American Lee Kiefer won gold over the weekend, redefining the U.S. an Olympic program.
It was one of my favorite moments of the weekend. It was so thrilling, but the win conjures a chilling memory for Olympic fencer Tyrone Simmons, who was sent to Munich back in 1972 from University of Detroit Mercy to represent his country. Paula Tutman has his story.
For many of us, the sport of fencing conjures images of gentlemen and scallywags alike. For local Olympian and championship fencer Tyrone Simmons, it conjures different emotions, some chilling, but also pride at what the Americans are doing, particularly female fencer Lee Kiefer.
She did a fabulous job, and when she decided that she's going to go, it was almost like lightning.
It brings back the memories of being a young Olympic fencer himself, traveling the world, experiencing different people and different cultures.
You would see a combination of people that you would never imagine what they would look like. Someone who is dark as I am, with straight hair and blue eyes. And I'm saying, where are these people coming from?
But Tyrone Simmons is also pained because during every Summer Olympics, his memory is triggered of his own painful competition in Munich in 1972, where he experienced racism and classism, as well as a memory he rarely shares. Heading for an evening out in Olympic Village to meet new people, he came across a stranger.
He stopped me and he wanted to talk. Well, he didn't speak English, broken English. I didn't speak Arabic, but I found out that he was from the Middle East. And we sat down and he started drawing little pictures in the sand about where he was from in the Middle East. And with my broken French and my English, we communicated, and I found out that he climbed over the fence, okay? He traded his clothes with a Nigerian athlete.
Tyrone was young and anxious to get to the party. He wasn't sure what the young man was trying to say.
And still, I didn't think anything of it, right? And then in hindsight, when I started thinking about all the things that he was telling me, or at least we were trying to communicate with each other, that he was on a mission.
They finally parted ways, and then the next morning, a group of Palestinian terrorists took Israeli Olympians hostage.
My teammate woke me up and he's yelling and screaming that there's something going on over where the Israeli building is, which actually was adjacent from us.
Days later, he saw a picture of some of the terrorists, and he recognized one of them immediately.
There the guy was, right in front of my face with a photo.
The militant group Black September, those terrorists who tortured and killed 11 Israeli athletes. It's been nearly 50 years since that haunting encounter.
I'm not sure, but I think he was telling me, he was sort of like giving me his last rites, his last testament. You know, that when I think about it, that is what it felt like.
It is a weight he quietly carries with him even today. You know, that memory often makes him wonder if he had really understood or communicated differently, whether or not anything during the Munich Games might have changed. Paula Tutman, Local 4.